Hey, hey, Poodle fam, here we are, a Wednesday therapy session discussing Poodle and all things crypto. We're going to talk more crypto today and this week that we have had. Got some palm trees behind me. Where are they? There they are. Um, I'm here in Surf City, USA, Huntington Beach. I was going to take you out on the beach this morning, but it's actually kind of cold. I know for those people who live like in freezing areas, it is almost 60 degrees this morning, and it's windy out on the beach. So anyway, I'm here at Streaming Media West, which is some great conversations over the last 2 days because some sessions on NFTs, on Web3, kind of the future metaverse, video in the metaverse, being able to utilize like a lot of things we were talking about on the spaces of where everything can start to be pulled together, where everything can be consistent. And, was really interesting is there's a lot of work on common language right now from some of the big players like Microsoft and Google, um, who want to be able to have interoperable uh, metaverses, which I think is going to be huge and it will actually help us in the long run. So, more to come on that as we kind of discuss and look at the future of the token. But today, um, this is one of those last weeks in crypto where you're not sure if you should laugh or cry. Um, because it's been a crazy, crazy week. And that's what I wanted to talk a little bit about. What has happened in the crypto space over the last week. I want to talk a little bit about what it means for us as Poodle, um, and kind of us looking forward. For those who don't know and who are not aware, let me pull the, there we go. Hey, hey, how's it going, Susan? I forgot to bring the chat up over here. So I got the chat up over here, which is great. Sammy, good to see you. Sasha, hey, hey, good to see you. Al, great. Yeah, Huntington. This is beautiful Huntington Beach, Surf City, USA. So, but anyway, and hopefully, again, it's hotel Wi-Fi. Hopefully, the connection stays strong for you all. What I wanted to talk about was something important. We've been talking about a bear market for a while, and the kind of my thought of how we're going to come out of it, and we'll be into a bull market soon. Um, and I'm still standing behind that. However, some stuff happened in the last week in the crypto space, which I think is important for us to discuss straight out because it has an impact. Um, I'm actually going to I'm going to read just to give you the overview of everything. This is actually an article from yesterday from CNBC, entitled "From $32 Billion to Criminal Investigations: How Sam Bankman-Fried's Crypto Empire Vanished Overnight." Um, for those people who have not been paying attention, there has been a kind of a drama going on with the FTX uh, uh, company, which is the FFT token, which is also Alameda, which is a trading company, and his Alameda Research is his trading house. So it's a whole bunch of different companies all kind of pulled together. And so here's essentially, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the overview. I'm just going to read it pretty much. It's actually a great article. I guess I could throw it in the chat. For those who want to read it on their own later. Here, I'm going to throw this in the chat just so it's there. This is a really, really good article that explains kind of what happened. But I'll give you the overview. It's kind of starting in 2017. This guy, Sam Bankman Fried, or Fried, I don't know how he pronounces his last name. Essentially, what he started doing was buying arbitrage. He was good at that. And what that is when you have multiple exchanges and one is listing the price of a token at one level or a coin at one price, and another was offering it a different price, you can buy that difference off to help even them out. And he would make money basically by um, buying the token off the lower exchange, selling it at the higher exchange, and then he's profiting. Definitely fried now. Um, and he would make money profiting on the difference, kind of buying the arbitrage. Okay, it's what keeps the tokens even across various exchanges. Anyway, he got really good at doing that. Essentially, from there, he launched his own trading house, Alameda Research, which started to take off. Ended up getting up to about $1 billion fund, because he opened up his own crypto exchange, FTX. So, which is kind of like we have Binance, we have things like that, and whatever you use, Coinbase, Binance, Crack, whatever. He opened up his own, was able to gain $2 billion in venture funds, that quickly grew up to 16 billion. In it, he was worth 14 billion at one point. This is by age 30. His logo of his company was everywhere, from kind of Formula One to Miami's basketball arena. I mean, he was throwing money everywhere. You had major stars, Tom Brady, and all these major stars were out there clouding this and being spokespeople for it. Anyway, essentially what happened, and I'll go through a little bit, that all worked fine while we were still going up, while the market was still increasing, while prices were going, and everybody was going, wild over crypto, and we were in the last bull market, right? Well, as prices started to drop, you would have people kind of basically liquidate their investments, right? People, again, I don't believe in it. People, sell when they panic. They panic sell. So he had to liquidate to be able to pay that off. And essentially what he started doing is leveraging and borrowing money and selling assets against, what shouldn't have been touched, to pay off other debts, and was just borrowing money and borrowing it at current rates. But then the market continued to drop and continued to drop and continued to drop, right? From there, as you can tell, that doesn't only last so long. Then people start to, want their money back. And next thing you know, you had some things happen where there was almost kind of a little, battle between CZ of Binance and him. It got leaked, a balance sheet showing that a lot of their assets of Sam's assets were tied up in the illiquid token, so basically fake money, and he was hiding it behind other stuff. And other companies like Binance started selling off of theirs, drawing huge margin plays. It was just crazy, a huge sell-off. CZ offered to buy the company, ended up seeing the books, did not like it, pulled out, which caused more of a drop. And then finally, he ended up filing bankruptcy. This was this last week for the company, and now everyone's looking into him for essentially, criminal matters. There's signs that he was donating, he'd promised $1 billion to the Democratic Party. There's things where he said, looked like he liquidated a bunch to Russia to then send back into this way. It was, yes, this is actually a shell company. Probably donating to both parties, probably throwing money around everywhere, and essentially leveraging his power and the influence he had behind a token that had already been liquidated and was hiding it. Okay. And, all of that is kind of where we ended up. And, one of the things is that we talk about, holding, and there's good markets and bad markets, bull markets and bear markets. And, and that's natural in any market, right? In any normal economy, there's ups and there's downs. But this is different, okay? This is basically somebody doing a Ponzi scheme. This is somebody who's out there greedy, someone who was leveraging the up and leveraging against everything, the value that was there, and then hiding it as it went back down, right? The fact is, if he didn't try to borrow against losses as people were selling and actually just held the investments as they were, then it would just, yeah, the money, I mean, the company would have still lost value because he would have had people selling off their stuff, but it wouldn't have gotten to a criminal matter. And the cover up, as they say, is often worse than the crime. And this is a lot of cover up, and I'm sure a lot's going to come out. There's a lot of stuff going around, and a lot of rumors about what's happening and who's tied to it and all that. And I will just say, don't listen to all of that. We don't know. There's probably more people tied to it than we know, and there's probably half the people who are being accused that aren't part of it. Okay, so just don't worry about that. But it was basically what they say: 96% of the company's value lost in 1 week. That's crazy. And essentially, the part that's not lost is stuff that's in hard assets like real estate. They invested in real estate and things like that. It wasn't all vested into other cryptos and leveraged against other exchanges. There was some sense of real estate stuff. So that's why I didn't lose 100%. Because if it was all in cryptos, it probably would be done. And so anyway, one of the things that this article says is who wins this battle. And it said in this article, I'll read it right here. Binance is now poised to claim absolute dominance over the industry. Read that again. Binance is now poised to claim absolute dominance over the industry. Binance clearly comes out stronger from all of this. CZ claims Binance has no debt and doesn't use its BNB token as collateral. Both of those are good practices in the highly volatile crypto market. So what does that mean? What does that mean for us? I don't know if it's dumb luck or there's a reason that Binance became strong. Okay, as people know, our token is based on the Binance Smart Chain. We're attached to that. To buy POODL, you basically use BNB to do it. I know we can go through exchanges, but essentially that's what happens. Even if you trade one token for POODL, it is essentially moving through BNB. That's what we're tied against, okay? So what happened, and I want to start by saying, I hate that people have lost money. I hate that people got scammed, and it drives me nuts. This is why we do this show. That's why POODL has always been. Oh yeah, there's some great conversations here in the chat. But this is why we've always been so strong and believe in our token, and we believe in educating our investors. But the fact is, there are bad actors out there, and those people who are saying, "Well, see, crypto has always been a scam," they're just looking for it to be a scam. They're looking for something like this, and the fact is, bad actors will always be bad actors. Those people who are greedy and who want to scam people will always scam people. The Sam guy, he did it with crypto, but if he wasn't in the crypto space, he'd probably be scamming people by selling used cars or whatever, right? He would have done something. This was not about crypto. This is about somebody who ran a Ponzi scheme, didn't actually know how to run a company, and didn't know how to leverage his own money and his investors' money and to take care of his investors, which is what your responsibility is. As we have our three admins between myself, Hughes, and Sasha. We take our roles seriously. This is a market where we just laugh, right? There's a point like, yeah, we're doing our things. We're doing our the Poodle Olympics, and we've got our trivia, we're doing the show. Fact is, we're in a bad market. All you can do is laugh about it, and we just keep working. But we care about your investment, and that's the whole thing. We completely, yeah, exactly, when Bernie, yeah. We completely care about you as a person, and we care about you as an investor. And we do not take this role lightly. A lot of people do, and a lot of people are only in it for themselves. Do we all want to make money? Absolutely. I hold a good chunk of POODL that I've bought myself, paid my own money with, and I want it to go well because, well, I'm going to make money, but also I care about this community, and I think all of us who are in leadership roles and who are mods and our admins all feel that exact same way. Um, and so what I would want to make sure that you understand is, what does this mean for us? Yes, you're going to hear people say this was a scam. Look at all these people who made money, look, or who lost money, and then at this, and then other people who made it at the expense of others. Well, the fact is, like I said, that happens all the time. It happened in the real estate bust. It happened in the .com bust. It happened all over. This is just a place where you know you had one bad actor leveraging and had a lot of influence. Now, what about for Poodle? I will tell you what is good is the fact that Binance came out being an up and up company. It ended up showing that they had good practices all along. We've talked about wanting to be listed on Binance. Um, it's and we'll get, it'll be a ways till we get there. But the fact is, we're leveraged correctly on the right platform. We're going to continue our bridges across into ETH, but we are based in a solid platform that had solid business practices behind it, right? CZ has built this company well with Binance, and we don't have to worry about what's going to happen with our tokens being built upon that exchange, or his token BNB, and the exchange that he has, right? Because if the fact is, if it came out that Binance had a huge scandal and BNB dropped to zero and got liquidated, we would all suffer, right? Because we're built upon it. But the fact that came out is how well he ran his business, and he is running his business, which is strong for us. And what it's going to show is long-term improvement. There was a Twitter chat yesterday. I asked a question. Someone asked, what are you buying right now, crypto or NFTs? And I said, my answer was, crypto has the best positive upside if you want to look at the delta percentage of potential. What do I mean by that? The price of crypto, this drop, this volatile position, will be the best point to purchase any cryptos. I mean, ideally, even with Poodle, obviously, but really any crypto, the crypto market in general. This last crash, this last bump of, oh hell, what just happened here? People getting screwed is going to make people say, recognize, hey, you can now focus on what's right for you. Look and take time. We've always been saying, do your own research, find out where we're stable, and BNB, Binance, is stable. That said, I will tell you, and we've said this all along, as a token, we believe, now purchase how you want to purchase, do whatever, hold how you want to hold. We do believe in decentralized exchanges. The Alameda Research was as a trading house and all that, was a centralized exchange. Um, Technically, kind of Binance is too. We're on there, but not completely. I mean, they have a couple different ways of doing it, but nonetheless, a centralized exchange means they are holding your money. Okay, there's no promise when you send money, like and it's true. Like if you were to take a normal stock account, right? If you take your normal stock trading account and you send them $500, right? And you say, I'm going to buy some Home Depot stock, and I'm going to buy some Zoom stock, and I'm going to buy some, whatever stock. You don't actually know they're buying that, right? They're just promising you that stock at the value that you had it. You never actually see the stock certificate. It's just money inside an account, and they're telling you where it's put toward. Um, Now they should buy it for you, and if they're regulated, they will. But you don't know it. And a lot of these exchanges, these centralized exchanges, especially on the blockchain, don't have to uh, don't actually have to buy the token that you say you're exchanging for. Once they get your fiat, they just hold ledger sheets and balance sheets. They can take it and invest that money into anything they want. It's the same thing as when you put your money in the bank. The bank doesn't just hold your paycheck there and hold your cash there. They use that to give loans. They use that to make other investments. And that's exactly what some central exchanges. You don't have a guarantee that what you purchased is there. And so if something happens, you can't now take that and transfer the value out. So this is why we believe once you, if you have to purchase through a centralized exchange to get fiat in, because a lot of them are easier to do that way, take it and move it to a decentralized exchange. Move your tokens off. Buy your BNB, buy your ETH, whatever, and then move it into Trust Wallet or MetaMask or something where it is a completely independent wallet that is yours, that no one else has control over. Take care of your seed phrase. Never give your seed phrase out, and hold a macaroni company. Hey, you got a certificate. How cool! No, I'm just kidding. Macaroni. So. Um, Yeah, exactly. No one is wanting us to get more on centralized exchanges right now. The safest place, the safest person to control your money is yourself. Period. Okay? Be good. Do not give up your seed phrase. Take care of your wallet. Know how you can handle your money, but you are the safest person to control your own money, especially in this market. And I want you to remember, and here's the thing, this is important. Don't look at the value of the token. Look at the number of tokens. Let me say that again. Don't look at the value of tokens, but look at the number of tokens you hold. The market will go up and down. It will recover, especially even now with this down market and this latest crash and this issue with Sam and his exchanges and all that. What it's going to do is it's going to push people toward places that are going to be safer practice, and that's exactly what we've seen. That's exactly what we want, what we're going to hope for, and I think we're going to actually end up seeing. I've been saying all along, all this negative news is what we've needed in order to stabilize and have the good actors, the good people who believe in this technology are going to be shown through. The next time there's a bull market, like we've been saying, people are going to come and try to find where where is it safe, the safe place for people to trust, the safe place for people to put their money. And that's when they're going to look to us. They're going to completely look to us at those times. And that's what's going to be good. Now, one other fallback that I think will happen as well, this is not necessarily the good thing. And that is we will probably see regulations come. It's definitely in the United States. We're going to see some regulations come around crypto. And what happens in the US will follow around the world. I don't know what it will look like. I just think we're gonna start to see it. But I don't necessarily think that's a completely bad thing, because when we get regulations, it also means that people have now accepted it, right? If you can't regulate something you claim is not real, okay? Say that again, you can't regulate something that you claim is not real. So those people who are saying, that crypto is just a fraud, it's fake, it's not real money, it's just out there in the ether. Well, once it's regulated, the governments are saying, hey, this is something that needs to be taken seriously. Let's protect investors, and let's make sure they get taken care of. And Sasha here, yes, regulation is okay. It screens out, in moderation, it screens out scammers, which I believe, and that's what I like. At least balance sheets for centralized. I think the first thing we'll see is centralized exchanges that want to be recognized, especially here in the U.S. or for certain states, will have to show. Will have to show their solvency. They'll have to show where they're holding their money and that they're actually, kind of like we have the FDIC where you put money in a bank and it's insured up to a certain amount. I think we'll see that to start with, where anyone who wants to be a centralized exchange will have to at least insure up to a certain amount. And I think that's good. I think that will be the first thing we start to see. Will it be in law between 2022 and 24? I don't know. I'll put that. I want to think that we'll see it actually soon. I don't think a lot. The state level. I tend to agree. You might see some states, California, probably throwing some regulations in there. New York's already difficult to get into, but they might open it up. A lot of things can't be done in the state of New York, so they might be the first to come up with strong regulations to then open it up and allow it. And then sadly, as Sasha said, just don't tax me. Well, that is the next thing that comes with regulation. Once you know how much somebody has, you can also then tax it. And the government will want a piece. Um, already technically it's taxable. Um, Tax boats. Now, don't tax my boat. Don't tax my boat. I know. New boat coming this next week. But the it'll be taxed. I have to say it. But I think what you're going to see is the hard part is it going to balance out? Like right now, technically, any gains are supposed to be taxed, which also means that once you've paid the tax to a certain point, any losses are also tax write-offs. So think about that. You can take losses as well. Um, However, I think what you're going to see is that the crypto exchanges are going to have to report, and you'll have to report up to a certain dollar amount. Like, so if you were to take out, say, out of my bank account, and I send $1,000 to Coinbase, I'll have to claim that as $1,000 investment. And if I send it out at whatever I sent it out at, because obviously, if I buy BNB with it while it's on uh, Coinbase, and then I exchange that BNB, the level it's out, and then they'll come up with a balance sheet later and show my profit and loss. That will be my guess, and then that would become taxable. Um, Again, it's all through centralized exchanges. So if you don't use a centralized exchange, then you don't end up with that problem as well. Um, you can't. Well, I don't know. You could technically, and the government, as Sasha put here in the you can't tax it until it's back into fiat. Um, I will say the government would probably argue otherwise, right or wrong, because what they're going to say is once they recognize a token and they recognize, uh, say, Bitcoin, which they kind of already have because they own so much of it, they can claim the value at it. Just like it's a tax, you can get, yeah. I think the government will argue this is where we as investors have to argue that they're more like stocks and less like currency. Hard for um, because technically Bitcoin is a currency and you can tax currency. Um, a token is kind of technically a stock. You're buying people who buy our token are really buying shares of stock in Poodle. And so you could make the argument that while it's stock, then therefore it wouldn't be until it's exchanged back out for fiat. So you could make that claim. I think something that's a coin, um, the government's just going to see it as if difference between if you hold British pounds or you hold euros, they're all taxable. You don't have to get it back to U.S. dollars to tax it. Um, they're going to look at something that's a currency as taxable. I would guess. I don't know. I could be wrong. But tokens work more like stock, and so those wouldn't be until you cash them out. Um, let's hope it's that way. I mean, I think actually that would be a fair exchange. I don't know. I'm just kind of speaking out of nowhere, but I think that would actually be fair if they're looking for a place to regulate. Um, yeah, I know. For sure, a lot is going to reject taxation, but here in the U.S., they'll tax it. And I mean, here's the thing, it doesn't matter which party is in. Both in the U.S., the Republicans and the Democrats would want to tax it. Um, so for different reasons, but I think they both would want to tax it. And they classify it as gambling here. Oh, I like that. Well, it is in a way, isn't it? Um, So anyway, the moral of the story, let's go back around to what this means for us as a token. What it means is the shakedown is going to get the bad actors out and it's going to show the good actors. And that's us. We've always claimed that we believe in the power of crypto. We believe in the power of our token. We believe in the power of our community. We believe in the ecosystem of what we're building, the partners we're building it with, and that's the key. So that's where we're all going to win. Again, I hate seeing people lose money. I hate seeing scandals. I hate all of that. But the fact is, it's had to happen in order for us and the world to show who is legit and who isn't. And that's where we're at. That's basically where we're at right now. So that being said, hopefully I put a little bit of clarity into what happened in this last week. Again, just laugh about it. This was like a week of just throw up your arms and laugh. Don't even don't make anything of it. Don't go in there and say, oh my gosh, what's happening to the value? We're going to go through a couple weeks, and I think I even put this on one of the on the Telegram last week. I'm not even making any trades for this. There's some accounts that have been hacked. Even if you talk about the whole Luna thing, I mean, take the Luna thing, that even the lunacy. Go back and listen to that episode that I did, that from a few months back. You put all these things together, and it just becomes one crazy, crazy hodgepodge of events that happened. But we will get through it. We will get through it stronger. It builds us up as a community. Like I said, I put on there, I'm a year less, some confidence will be, yeah, I think less. I'm still going to stand by after the first of the year. I just think that a lot's going to happen. I think we're going to, the holidays are good. People are going to want to see some movement in the market. I'm still going to stick by my timeline. I'm still going to say end of year. I'm going to go maybe February. I just do. I don't know what makes, and I shouldn't think that after all this craziness, but I just think that we're going to stabilize a lot and start moving up in February. I hope I'm right. I guess in February I'll do a show about whether I'm right or not. But again, like what I'm trying to get to. I'm not doing any trades. I'm not doing any swapping of anything. With the hacks that are going on, I don't want to touch my accounts. I want to let things kind of work themselves out. I want things to stabilize. And then, so I'm basically buying nothing. I'm just going to let it sit, put my hand up a little bit, just let it sit there. And again, only for a few weeks. I mean, usually I like to buy a little bit, and I like to buy a little bit and then hold a little bit, and then I'll swap and build. I mean, obviously I'll keep doing my DCAing of Poodle, which I will always do. But other exchanges, other trades, I just won't. I don't know why right now. I just think that we need to. Um, we need to just hold strong. I encourage you again, just dollar cost average your poodle. That's going to be your safest bet right now, especially at the prices we have. And it is here in the chat. Sasha, you think April? Yeah, you know what? April, fine. We can go with April. But I just still, you think after Q1? I think mid Q1 though. I'm going to stick by it now. I was wrong. um, well, we'll see. My favorite. I like being right, but don't you all hope I'm right? February. So again, everybody, hang tight. We're going to be in there. We're going to have some fun. We're just going to keep building our community, keep doing some back end work. So as we come out of this, sometime between February and April, how about that? We'll take that would be March. March. Okay, we're going to split the difference, Sasha, and we'll say March. And then we'll just see what we do from there. And hang tight, enjoy your holidays, enjoy this time with your family. Don't worry about what's happening in the market. Keep your money safe. Move it from your central exchanges. Take control of your wallet. Hold your money. Don't let the craziness go. Don't do anything stupid. Dollar cost average. Just do it. Dollar cost average your poodle right now, and you won't go wrong. I mean, honestly, it's a great. If you're looking for other things besides poodle, Bitcoin and Ether at great prices right now. They will go back. They will go back up. So there we go. That's hopefully a little bit of encouragement for you all. Hopefully I put a little bit. Yes. Enjoy Thanksgiving. Well, Thanksgiving's Thursday, Wednesday morning. I'll do a live show Wednesday morning. And enjoy the holidays, everybody. This is a great time to just sit back with your family. Don't stress about the market. Just do dollar cost average your stuff, and have a great week, everybody. We'll see you on the Telegram over the next week. You have a great week. Good seeing everybody on the chat. I love seeing an active chat today. It is a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Wait, Mr. Rogers, you get where I'm going. Have a great one. Love you, Poodle fam. Take care.